You found your way to Whispers of Crimes, a quiet corner where the shadows of the past are gently told. Here, we speak of real crimes and mysteries, not to shock or scare, but to wonder, to reflect, and maybe to help you fall asleep. So close your eyes, let your thoughts slow down, and come with me into tonight's case. A young girl vanished without a trace until the horrifying truth was uncovered. Her face was erased, her life brutally stolen in a crime that shocked a nation. Who lured Christine Silouan into a deadly trap? Behind the screens and shadows, a dark obsession took hold. This is a story of deception, violence, and the chilling power of social media. Chapter 1. Christine Silouan, A Life in Tragedy. Christine Lee Silouan was a 16-year-old high school student from Barangay Bangkol, Lapu-Lapu City, Cebu, Philippines. Known among family and friends as a quiet and devout teenager, she was active in her local Catholic church, serving as a lector during masses. Christine was described as obedient and friendly, with dreams of finishing her studies and pursuing a better life. On March 10, 2019, Christine left home to attend church activities as usual, but never returned. She had arranged to meet a person she believed was her ex-boyfriend. After her disappearance, her family reported her missing to the authorities. The community was concerned, but hopeful for her safe return. However, on the morning of March 11th, Christine's mutilated body was discovered in an empty lot near a construction site in Barangay Bangkol. The scene shocked the city and the entire country. The brutality was unprecedented. Christine's face had been peeled off, her tongue removed, and multiple stab wounds were visible on her neck and other parts of her body. The state of her body indicated a struggle and possible torture before death. The public was horrified. Social media erupted with grief and anger, and the local police immediately launched a full-scale investigation. Chapter 2. Crime Scene Analysis and Initial Police Work. Investigators arrived quickly at the scene and began forensic examination. The removal of Christine's facial skin suggested deliberate intent to dehumanize and delay identification. Forensic pathologists confirmed the cause of death as stab wounds to the neck that severed the carotid artery and trachea, leading to rapid blood loss and death. There were signs of sexual assault, but conclusive evidence was challenging due to the state of the body. The crime scene itself showed limited blood evidence, suggesting Christine was killed elsewhere and her body moved. Defensive wounds on her hands indicated she tried to fight off her attacker. Police collected CCTV footage from nearby streets. Surveillance showed Christine walking with a young male companion just before her disappearance. The timeline matched her last known location and time. Witnesses in the neighborhood reported seeing a man dragging a girl, but none could definitively identify the suspect. Authorities also combed through Christine's mobile phone and social media accounts, looking for clues on who she was last in contact with. Her ex-boyfriend's name quickly emerged, focusing initial suspicion on him. Chapter 3. The Juvenile Suspect and Social Media Intrigue. The 17-year-old ex-boyfriend, whose identity was withheld due to his minor status, became the prime suspect. Police arrested him based on circumstantial evidence, his proximity to the victim at the last sighting, and an alleged confession. Investigators said the boy was jealous of Christine's interactions with others and feared losing her. The suspect allegedly admitted to luring Christine with promises of reconciliation before attacking her. However, in later interviews, he denied the confession, claiming it was forced. The arrest sparked nationwide debates on the presumption of innocence and juvenile justice. The suspect was detained but released shortly after due to lack of concrete forensic evidence. His alibi and inconsistencies in witness statements created reasonable doubt. More disturbing was the discovery of a fake Facebook account used to communicate with Christine. The account impersonated the ex-boyfriend and sent messages asking Christine to meet up. This suggested the involvement of another party, someone deliberately manipulating Christine through social media. Chapter 4. The role of Renato Leans, the real perpetrator emerges. The investigation took a dramatic turn when the National Bureau of Investigation identified Renato Leans, a 43-year-old resident of Lapu-Lapu City, as a new suspect. He was linked to the fake Facebook account used to lure Christine. Leans was arrested after he voluntarily surrendered in April 2019. In a detailed confession, he admitted to creating the fake profile to impersonate Christine's ex-boyfriend. His motive was jealousy fueled by obsession, even though he barely knew Christine personally. He explained how he arranged to meet Christine, waited for her, and attacked her with a knife. Leans admitted to stabbing Christine multiple times, then peeling her face in an attempt to delay identification. He claimed no sexual assault occurred, although investigators suspected otherwise. Police recovered the knife used in the murder from a creek near Leans' home, matching the wounds found on Christine. DNA and fingerprint tests further implicated him. His confession was consistent with physical evidence, strengthening the case against him. Chapter 5. Psychological profile of Renato Leans and motives. Psychological experts examine Leans to understand his motivations. He displayed characteristics consistent with an obsessive, delusional individual with possible psychopathic traits. Leans had no prior criminal record, but reportedly led a reclusive life. His obsession with Christine reportedly grew from social media interactions, highlighting the dangers of online anonymity and deception. His inability to accept rejection and fixation on control manifested in brutal violence. His actions showed disorganized killing behavior, impulsive violence, lack of planning for the mutilation, and efforts to cover up the crime by disfiguring Christine's face. The removal of her facial skin was symbolic, an attempt to erase her identity and possibly delay the investigation. Mental health professionals ruled that Leans was sane but socially dysfunctional, indicating he could stand trial and be held responsible for his actions. Chapter 6. Legal proceedings and controversies. Renato Leans faced multiple charges, including murder, cybercrime, and obstruction of justice. The case became a high-profile legal battle that drew public attention to internet crime, juvenile justice, and the adequacy of laws protecting minors. The defense attempted to use mental health defenses, but failed due to psychological assessments confirming Leans' capacity to understand his actions. The prosecution emphasized the premeditated nature of the impersonation and the brutality of the killing. The juvenile suspect as release fueled debate on social media about the age of criminal responsibility in the Philippines, which at the time was 15 years old. Many felt justice was delayed or denied, while others cautioned against public trials by social media mobs. The Philippine government intensified calls for stronger laws against online exploitation and violence against minors. The case became a landmark example of how digital tools can be weaponized for horrific crimes. Chapter 7. Lessons from the Christine Silawan case: Society, Safety, and Healing. The Christine Silawan murder remains a haunting chapter in Philippine true crime history. It exposed vulnerabilities faced by young people in the digital age, where predators can hide behind screens, and where social media trust can have deadly consequences. The case prompted calls for increased digital literacy education, stronger cybercrime enforcement, and mental health awareness in communities. It underscored the need for vigilance from parents, educators, and authorities to protect youth from exploitation. Christine's family and community continue to mourn, holding on to her memory as a symbol of lost innocence. Her story serves as a grim reminder that beneath everyday normalcy can lurk dangers both online and offline. In memory of Christine, Many advocacy groups have pushed for reforms to prevent similar tragedies and to educate young Filipinos about the risks of social media deception. The case also inspired conversations about how society addresses mental health, obsession, and violence. Ultimately, the Christine Silawan case is a call to action to protect the vulnerable, to respect due process, and to never forget the human cost behind headlines and hashtags. That's all for tonight's story. Another thread in the web of true crime, quietly unraveling as the night goes on. If you're still with me, thanks for listening. And if sleep has already taken you, may your dreams be peaceful and your mind at ease. I'll be here next time by the fire with another story waiting to be told. Good night, and don't forget to lock your doors.